Welcome back to a brand new episode of the post game. My name is Davion. Today we are back continuing our Let's Talk NFL series. Today we are starting, as you can see, or continuing with the Cleveland or the AFC North. Today is the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns last season they did a lot. They shocked the world a little bit. Not shocked the world, but they definitely surprised a bunch of people, including myself. I mean, 11-6 on the season, finishing second inside of that division was pretty impressive from Kevin Stefanski, especially, after losing his head coach, Deshaun Watson, in which they paid him a lot of money. But yeah, regardless of how much money they paid him, losing him again last season, going and bringing in Joe Flacco to do the unheard of and take them to the playoffs and have a pretty successful season. And so, as you look at it, they have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. Their team, that defense is top five. Um, I think when it comes to defense, I think that division has two or three of the top 10 defenses inside of the National Football League, which is impressive to say itself. Very, very defense oriented. But like I said, yeah, Joe Flacco came in, led that team, becoming comeback player of the year. Pretty big achievement for him, and getting into the playoffs. I mean, you look at this team, it's like, where do they go? They lost Nick Chubbs as well, who's their starting running back. I think Kareem Hunt was down a lot some last season as well. There's a lot there. But excuse me, before I continue, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you think the Cleveland Browns are going to go this season. Let me know if you think they're going to be a difference maker inside of that division. Because I'm going to give my opinion at the end of this video, and I don't know if you're going to really like it too much. But that being said, looking at it, they go into the offseason. What do? They go out and they get two backup quarterbacks and Taylor Huntley from the Ravens back up to Lamar. They go out and get Jameis Winston, who was a backup in New Orleans. They get Deontay Foreman, who I think is a pretty good running back. They get Hines from the Colts as well. Devin Bush. They re-sign Davion Smith. Then they acquired Jerry Jeudy, which is a pretty good receiving to add to that receiving core with Amari Cooper and already there. And so, I mean, for them to only give up a fifth and a sixth for Jerry Jeudy, I think if he can continue to play if he played like he played in Alabama and play like he should be playing in the National Football League, that would be a very, very, so sorry, very strong core for that team. And so, I mean, you look at it, they already have talent there with Nick Chubbs, with Myles Garrett, who's a top defensive player in the National Football League. Amari Cooper can still get things done. They got Denzel Ward. They got David Njoku. I mean, there's a team full of a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent there, and Kevin Stefanski showed that he's going to be a very, very good head coach in this league. So, I mean, when I look at this team and when I look at everything about them, I see that division controlling a lot of the narratives in the AFC, controlling a lot of the narratives in the NFL, especially. And so, when I look at that team, I'm gonna talk about their schedule really quickly. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning, man. I'm so tired. Their schedule it's interesting. It starts off with the Dallas Cowboys. I personally am not sold on the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to have a very humbling season this year. I think they missed the playoffs. That's how bold I'm going to be with the Dallas Cowboys. So starting off week one against a very, very good defensive team for the Browns. Give me the Browns upsetting Dallas at home in week one. Then they go to Jacksonville. I think that's another win. And then they go to New York. I think that's another win. I mean, or yeah, another win. So I think they start the season off 3-0, going to and then continuing going to play the Raiders. I think they beat the Raiders. I think the Commanders will be a tough game. I'm pretty sold on the Commanders this year, but this will be another loss as well. I mean, another win as well for the Bears or the Browns. So they open up the season already 6-0. Or 5-0. Pretty interesting. I think they take their first loss in Philly, going to 5-1. I think they're going to split with every team in their division. So I'm going to say 3-3 on division play, and so that puts them at total. I think that puts them at 8-4. And then go with the Chargers week 9. Um, I think that's a win. I'd like the Chargers, but I think that's a win for the Browns. So that's 10-4 so far. Then they have a bye week. Then they go to New Orleans. I'm a Saints fan. I think we can compete with this team. So who cares? Give me the win for New Orleans. So that's 10-1, or no, 10-5 so far. Then Steelers already talking about them. And then they have the Broncos, who I think they'll beat. That's 11. The Chiefs, they will lose to. And then the Dolphins, they'll lose to. So, I mean, I think they get anywhere from 10 to 12 wins this year. I think they have another really good season with 10 wins. Very, very, very impressive. I know I don't know if they're going to be good enough. I think what they paid Jameis was way too much, and I think he's going to hurt their salary for a little while. But I think the AFC North has the ability to have a really good schedule all around and have the ability to really get a lot of get some wins in there. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with 10 wins being the minimum that this team gets this year, the minimum. If they get 9, I don't think it's a letdown, but I think they should definitely be getting more than 9 wins. And so yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. It's excited to see how their quarterback plays. I mean, them now not having the backup of Joe Flacco, he is now gone. I think he's in Indianapolis. So whatever happens now, it's gonna be is what it is. And can this team really continue to fight for a place inside the AFC and get into the playoffs? Because we saw last year that they can do that, and they did do that. As you continue to watch teams spread around the NFL, if you can, training camp started a couple days ago, and so can these teams continue on that road down, to perfection? So let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. I'll be excited to see what y'all have to say about the Cleveland Browns. I've been your host, Davion, and this has been the post game. Peace.